Alright guys, welcome to another video of Prep, Cook, Plate, and Repeat. So this is an additional video to what we were talking about previously, about doing some fried chicken with a honey hot sauce and then some really nice coleslaw that we use some red onion, some cabbage, and some Brussels sprouts. So we're going to be making a nice mac and cheese. We're going to first start with some nice shells. We're going to get some water on the stove boiling with a pinch of salt. This right here is one entire box of shells. So I believe that it's about 12 ounces. Next, we have a mixture of equal parts, 1 cup of heavy cream and 1 cup of milk. And then here we have also a blend of cheese. We have some sharp provolone, we have some mozzarella cheese, there's gouda in here, there's fontina, and there's cheddar. This is totally up to you. You can do Monterey Jack cheese, you can do blue cheese, whatever kind of cheese you like in your mac and cheese is totally up to you. We're going to make something called Mornay Sauce, which is based off of a bechamel. The only difference between the Mornay and the bechamel is that you make a bechamel base and you add cheese to it, which makes it Mornay sauce. So pretty much we're just going to be, we're going to make a roux to tighten up our cheese sauce to make it really nice and velvety. We're going to add our milk, we're going to add our cheeses, and then finally when the pasta's done, we're going to toss everything together and make that. Alright guys, we'll see you in a bit. Alright, so first thing we're going to do is for our Mornay sauce, we're going to make a roux. In the culinary world, a roux is pretty much equal parts of butter and flour. So right now I'm taking 2 ounces of butter, right? And we're going to get this butter melted down. You want to control your heat. You don't want to brown your butter because we're not looking to make a brown butter roux. We're looking to make something called a blonde roux. The reason it's called blonde is because we're not cooking the butter. We're just melting it. So make sure you incorporate this well. Get your butter melted. You want your butter to be fully melted. Just put it on the side, get that going. Control your heat, control your flame. Alright. So now once your butter is just about all melted, you're going to add in your 2 ounces of flour. Alright. Once that's in, take it off the flame and incorporate that. This is right here where you want to see, right here. Right there. Just whisk out those lumps, just like that. As you can see, we're not cooking it, we're not changing the color, we're solely melting it all together, incorporating it. It still has that blonde color to it. So now that there's no more lumps, let that sit here. Raise your flame a little bit now. Whisk. Now once you start to see all those bubbles and you see all the molecules reacting to the flame, that all jumping up now, you're going to take our mixture that we have here. We're going to dump that right in. Boom. You're going to whisk this. We're going to bring it to a boil, and then we're going to bring it to a simmer for about 5 minutes so the heat activates that roux and it starts to tighten up our milk. Once that's tightened up, then we're going to add our cheese. So we'll be right back. And now that you see our bechamel kind of base is simmering, you can see now how thick that is, right? That's getting nice and thick. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start adding our cheese here. So here I have about 1.5 cups of the blended cheeses. And now what you want to do is you want to just start to incorporate that in there. Alright, incorporate all that cheese in there. Mix that up just like that. All that cheesiness. Now if you see, for instance, that this looks a little too thick, then you grab more mixture of heavy cream and milk and you add it to it just to dilute it. So that's what we're going to do. We'll be right back. Alright, so we thinned this out a little bit, so we added 3/4 cup of heavy cream and 3/4 cup of milk just to bring this back to a more dilute stage. Next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to have a mixture here of a little bit of white pepper and a little bit of salt. So we're going to add 2 pinches of that in there. We use white pepper because we don't want the pepper to show in the sauce. Okay. At the same time, you have your pasta back here boiling. This has been going for about 10 minutes or so. It's got a few more minutes for a nice al dente-ness. I would say you want al dente, you're probably going to go 13 minutes all day. Alright, so once this pasta is done, we're going to drain it. We're going to get this nice and high to a boil, to a rapid boil, and we're going to mix both together. So we'll be back when that's ready. Alright, so now that your Mornay sauce is nice, it's bubbly, it's cheesy, we tasted it for seasoning, we're going to add our pasta that's cooked already. So it's all drained, dump it right in there, all that, give that a nice stir. Alright. Now this pasta got taken out a little early, about a minute or two early. The reason we do that is to finish it in the sauce. So you want the sauce to cook it the rest. So we took it out about 95%. You want the sauce to cook it about another 5%. You see all that bubbling? That's what you want. All that creaminess, that's what you want. You don't want a dry mac and cheese. You want a nice wet mac and cheese. You want the sauce to be able to stick to the noodles or the shells or whichever kind of pasta you're using. Alright, mix that up a little bit. Alright, oops, ooh, that's okay, we're not going to lose that one, I'm going to have that one. Alright, so this is now done. We'll be right back and we're going to plate it up. Alright, so next thing, so once our mac and cheese is done, it's tossed with the Mornay sauce. You let it cook, that 5% extra, because we took it out al dente, it was at 95. We cook it in the sauce. For the extra 5%, we're going to start to plate. So get yourself a nice round bowl or whatever plating vessel you have. Just start ladling some of that right into that bowl. See that beautiful steam coming right off of it? Nice, beautiful. Dump that right in there. That's nice. A little mac and cheese for the family. And then you can garnish this with any sort of herb you want. For today, we did a little fried sage. Sage goes well with mac and cheese, so we're just gonna take some right of that, just like that. There you have it. 5 cheese mac and cheese with a little fried sage on top.